Morning. Hope everybody woke up feeling good today. And for those who did not, I hope your day gets better. Morning. Morning. Wanted to jump in and talk about your problems in your life. The repeated problems that you see in your life and where they come from, where they're rooted, and how to begin unraveling the mess or the drama or the unfulfilled prayers or loss of hope. How do we correct those things in our life? Where do we begin? And I want us to hold the term self-concept at the forefront of our mind today and keep asking yourself, what is my self-concept? What do I believe to be true about myself and about others? Because every problem that we have in our life stems from that. It stems from who you believe yourself to be, how you talk about yourself every day, your inner speech, how your subconscious mind talks to itself, the fears that come up out of nowhere, the negative thoughts that you create stories to. And morning. And much of our self-concept is developed in our childhood. It's developed when we're being raised. It's based on the environment that we're raised in. And generally, our inner voice is the voice of our parent, our most critical parent. So your self-concept takes form very young, and as you get older and things happen to you and people treat you a certain way, or people say things about you or joke about you, or maybe point out a flaw or an insecurity that you already hold. As these things occur in our life, we begin to build a belief system and a new program about who we are in the world, where we fit in our social groups, where we fit in socioeconomic status, how men or women receive us or perceive us, what level of authority we have amongst our siblings, whether our parents look at us and are proud or look at us with shame. But more than anything, the relationship with self, the things that we allow ourselves to repeat in our head over and over, how kind we are or how abusive we are to ourselves with our thoughts, that solidifies our self-concept. And based on that self-concept, we call things into our life, good or bad. So, morning. If you think that you're ugly or too fat or not smart enough, if you're constantly comparing yourself to other people, but only people who you feel are better than you, never compare yourself to people who you're doing better than, there's a tendency there, there's a pattern that develops there that begins to feel good to us. It begins to feed the story. And we have to become aware of it. What stories are we feeding? Good or bad ones? Are we further abusing ourselves? Do we enjoy living in victimization? Do we feel more comfortable feeling helpless, feeling powerless, feeling like the world is against us? All these are beliefs about our life and the world. So, if you have constant problems with relationships, if you find yourself constantly being cheated on, or being robbed, or having car accidents, or having issues at work, your boss picks on you, people are shady with you, your friends gossip about you, those are all mirrors to what's going on inside of you. This world that we live in is but a shadow. And everything that we see outside of us has first happened within us, within our mind. They're thoughts that we've thought over and over and over that have created feelings within us and chemical releases, and they've solidified and taken root into a programming that forms our personality. So I want us to become aware of our personalities and the belief systems that we repeat over and over when we're talking in conversation to people, when we're discussing men or women. What are we repeating? What are we saying we believe about them? What do we say about ourselves when we look in the mirror? Where do our insecurities lie? Because when we pray and when we desire or long for something, God tells us He grants it to us. It's ours instantaneously. God is not a God of delay. The moment we set our heart on something, the moment we want something, it's ours. What prevents us from reaching our prayer, our fulfillment, our goal, is that self-concept. Do we believe we're worthy of it? Do we believe that abundance is for us too? If you're stuck in poverty and can't seem to get ahead of your bills, and every time you catch up, a new unexpected bill comes, what are your belief systems about money? What are your belief systems about life? The root of that poverty and repeating bills and bills that come out of nowhere and lost money, they stem from your fears. They stem from beliefs that money doesn't come to you. You have a mindset of lack. You have beliefs that you don't really deserve that money. You have beliefs that life is hard. You have to constantly work hard. Someone's always coming for your money. You're repeating things that you've likely heard in your childhood. Save your money. Save for a future day. Something might happen. You're living in fear. You're living in lack. To reverse the effects of that thinking, you have to build your self-esteem. You have to hold your beliefs to the light of truth. And when you hear yourself saying these negative things that you repeat over and over in your head and to others, catch yourself and say, is that really true? Is it really true? Because for other people, money just flows to them. And for other people, they have their take of suitors. People are constantly pursuing them. Everything good happens for certain people and not for me. Those are just beliefs. Those are programs that we've allowed to solidify within us. But there is so much abundance in the world. God promises us. The animals know it. The birds know it. They don't have to beg and plead. There's a balance to life. And when you get a hold of your thoughts and your thinking, and you start to work on keeping promises to yourself, when you start to find time to sit with yourself, to hear the thoughts that come up within you, when you start to set goals and actively work towards them, when you learn to start healing your mind, healing your anxiety, finding new ways in life, aligning yourself with people who are better for your mental health, stopping the repetitious patterns of picking up the phone to call the same negative friends or do the same negative things, or surround yourself with people who only take from you. When you start to set boundaries and standards for your life and hold yourself and other people accountable, you start to raise your self-concept. You start to heal the wounds of not enoughness. You start to move in the direction of faith and abundant thinking. And then from that point, you can say, those good things exist for me too. There is plenty of money for me too. There are countless opportunities for adventure and joy. Those things exist for me too. There is lots of love out there. There are plenty of happy couples if I choose to look for them in the world. And love exists for me too. I am deserving of these things. I don't have to be perfect. I'm a work in progress. I'm always going to be learning and growing and evolving. But I'm perfect. I'm perfect as I am today. And the more that you can do that, and the more that you can renew your mind in the morning and wake up and set a new intention, create a new pattern for yourself, speak new affirmations instead of repeating the same old garbage, listening to the same old podcasts, watching the same old reality shows that reaffirm negativity and dysfunction and chaos, or comparing yourself to the same celebrities. Start building your self-worth. Start building your self-concept. No one else can do that for you. That's a personal job, an intimate job, a lifelong job. And your self-concept is where it all begins. You can't heal your childhood wounds. You can't heal your abandonment issues, your avoidant issues, your pessimism, your cynicism, your shadiness, your greed, your lust, your substance abuse. You can't heal your money woes, your disease, your autoimmune issues, your arthritis. None of it can't heal any of those things until you tap into, what is my self-concept? Who am I in this world? What do I believe to be true about myself? And how do I start affirming better things for myself? How do I start believing that I am worthy? I'm worthy of all the goodness I see in the world. I'm worthy of all the great things I see other people enjoying. I'm worthy. God wants me to have those things too. Are you programmed with religious dogma that tells you you're not worthy? And that to want and desire is sinful? That God is constantly looking to punish you? Are you still rooted in that programming that your parents and the church tried to control people with? Start reading. Educate yourself. Study different religions. Study spirituality. Look up ancient texts. Seek truth. Seek truth about the world. Seek truth about God and God's promise. Seek the truth about yourself. And God tells us that we're made in His image, that we are one. He's never been closer to us. When we feel like we need to seek God out in the world, all we need to do is look within. Who is God? What is God's name? I am. Who do I say that I am? We talk about taking the Lord's name in vain. And we misunderstand what those scriptures mean. We misinterpret them. We've been mistaught. Swearing is not taking the Lord's name in vain. Taking the Lord's name in vain is saying, I'm so stupid. I am so stupid. I am so fat. I am so ugly. I am so broke. I am so sick. I'm screwed. I'm a bad mom. What are you choosing to put at the end of God's name? What are you choosing to define the I am by? That is taking the Lord's name in vain. Train your mind to only bless the end of I am. I am capable. I am abundant. I am healed. I am able to heal myself. I am safe. I am refined. I am growing and glowing. I am deserving. I am worthy. I am capable. I am self-assured. I am kind. I am filled with joy. I am faithful. I am connected to God. I am connected to God's source. I am creating my life. I am the creator of my destiny. What we choose to speak into the world defines us or condemns us. What we choose to speak reveals what's in our mind, reveals what's in our heart. Listen to your speech. Listen to how you talk about yourself and others. And you'll start to uncover the programming that is your self-concept, that is your self-identity, that are your belief systems, that are your programming. And then reverse them, bit by bit. Reverse each sentence, reverse each belief. Start to plant new seeds of positivity, and faith and words that expand you instead of contract you. Ask yourself today, what is my self-concept? What do I believe about myself? What do I believe to be true about life and how I interact with it? And start from there today. Start to develop some self-awareness and stop living your life on autopilot. And have an intimate relationship with yourself about where your thoughts come from, who gave you those beliefs, why did you attach to them, why did you feed them. Write them down. Write them down as they come up to the surface when you're sitting on the train or the bus or you're in your car. Text them to yourself. Sit with them. Get some clarity about them. Try to do something, one thing every day to work on your self-concept. Something small. I'm not gonna have that extra cup of coffee. I'm gonna have a piece of fruit. I'm gonna go for a walk. I'm not gonna gossip today. I'm not gonna watch the news. I'm going to watch a feel-good movie instead of a violent horror movie, instead of reality TV. I'm gonna choose to not read the blogs. Who cares about people's lives and gossip and celebrity crap? Don't answer when the negative friend calls you to vent and complain and suck your energy. Implement a standard. Implement a boundary. Go to bed earlier. Put cream all over your body. Look at yourself in the mirror. Buy yourself a new piece of clothing. Treat yourself to dinner. Show faith. Show faith that what you're putting out comes back to you. Because these are the universal laws that we know are true now. There's no excuse for ignorance anymore. We have evidence. We have confirmations that these things are true. So do you want to continue perpetuating the old story? Things that aren't true. They're illusions. And they feel safe to you. And you feel comfortable in them. And you know how to navigate them. But if you ever want to see a different result in your life, if you ever want to feel and know peace, if you ever want to tap into the abundance that exists in this world, if you ever want to have an improvement in your quality of relationships, and the quality of things you get to look at and smell and taste and touch, it starts with your self-concept. And if you need help, I am relaunching my online courses. I'll be taking on one-on-one clients again. I'll be doing group coaching, which is wonderful for accountability. I have new books coming out. And I'm a phone call or a DM away. And we can walk together on this journey of self-discovery and self-development. And you can change your life. You can call in the amazing things that you're watching others enjoy, because it exists for you too. It starts with a decision. Have a good day, people.